Hello my viewers, welcome back. This is Ethics Institute of East Africa, a channel that discusses matters corruption and corruption eradication. Today we continue with our serialization on strategies of corruption eradication. We had previously discussed about 4 strategies. I had itemized 4 strategies. Number 1 is what we call the value-based approach to corruption eradication. We have the compliance-based approach to corruption eradication. We have risk management approach to corruption eradication, and then we have awareness and participation to corruption eradication approach. We talked about discussing about the value-based approach. We have talked about the top management approach, where we talked about the tone at the top and how they can be able, that particular principle is very key in eradicating corruption in an organization. I gave an example of how the board of directors and the CEO and the executives of the organization need to come together and ensure that they inculcate ethical culture in the organization from the comfort of their seats. They should model anti-corruption in the organization. Employees wanted to see what the top executives are doing, and they will do the same thing. I gave an example of what the president needs to do. The president is the executive of the country, and across the world, all the presidents, if they want to reduce corruption in their countries, the best approach is for them to model anti-corruption for all the citizens of that country to see this is what the president wants. And I've given an example of the President of the Republic of Kenya. He can do that. He can model anti-corruption, set up a cabinet committee or establish a cabinet committee on corruption eradication, have an advisor on governance and leadership, and speak from his desk through relevant circulars directing the executives, board of directors, and in all public institutions to prioritize corruption eradication in the organizations. If this is done, we are expecting results within the shortest time possible. And therefore, we are back now discussing about the next item on value-based approach, which is actually training. Now, training, I want to narrow down to specifically ethics and integrity training. Ethics and integrity training is very key in inculcating an ethical culture in organization. And we have different forms of training. We have training for the public sector, which is different from training for the private sector. We have training programs for the bankers, for example. At Ethics Institute of East Africa, we have ethics and integrity for bankers, where we have, it's expected that banking institutions like Africa Development Bank, or like Standard Chartered Bank, like Kenya Commercial Bank, National Bank, Family Bank, Absa Bank, can be able to come to us, and we'll be able to customize these programs for the employees and improve the ethical culture of those banking institutions. We have ethics and integrity for auditors, for example. We have ethics and integrity for supply chain managers. It's expected that supply chain managers and professionals can be able to reach out to Ethics East Africa and be trained on ethics and integrity in supply chain management. We have ethics and integrity in HR and administration. It is expected that HR professionals will be able to benefit from such a programs, right? And generally what we are doing is inculcating ethical culture among employees within organizations. And the target is very simple. The objective is very simple: improving the efficiency and effectiveness of employees within those organizations. When you train your employees on ethics and integrity, 3 things you are looking to benefit the employees. Number 1, you are actually trying to ensure employees are able to judge the moral legitimacy of their own decisions by themselves. That the decision they are making, they are able to judge by themselves because they are able to, they have been trained on ethics and integrity. And number 2, employees' productivity improves, because they have been trained on ethics and integrity, and they don't need to be followed in order to perform. Everybody knows what to do and when to do it, and how much you're supposed to give to your employer per day, right? So the idea of coming in late and getting a salary without doing anything is not in the mind of an employee who has been trained on ethics and integrity. Employees become aware ethical of the standards within the organization, policies, and actually they improve on their judgment capacities. And that is something that an employer should be able to enjoy from an employee who has been trained on ethics and integrity. Now, I want to make a special request to employers within the East African region. You may have the best employees, professional team around you. You have the best resources to improve, to provide services to your customers. All right? But if you are having employees who have not been trained on ethics and integrity, you are actually on a very dangerous ground. Warren Buffett said that a best employee is one who has integrity at his sleeves. And this is what he said. When recruiting employee, consider three things: integrity, intelligence, and energy. But he insists that if you want to get the best employee, ensure the one who has integrity. If you hire the one who doesn't have integrity and has energy, he has intelligence, you have wasted your time. A clear indication that employees who have been trained on ethics and integrity perform better than even those ones who are having the best degrees, the best qualifications, but they don't have integrity, they don't have ethical culture. Therefore, as employers, the best gift you can give to employees is to train them on ethics and integrity. Start small and improve the ethical culture of the organization. Thank you so much. Please join me again as we continue discussing about ethics and integrity in organizations.